Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. We have been discussing the people of Mesopotamia, the dwellers of Mesopotamia before Sumerians. So we have come to where we will talk about the Ubaid culture, which is one of the most significant prehistoric cultural phases in Mesopotamia, forming the bedrock of later civilizations such as Sumerians. The Ubaid culture existed roughly between the time frame of 6500 BCE to 3800 BCE and played a pivotal role in the development of Mesopotamian urbanization, religion, and socio-political organization. So we will explore the origins, ways of life, advancements, and legacy of the Ubaid people, their religious practices, and their impact on the subsequent Sumerian civilization. The Ubaid people were part of an early agricultural society in southern Mesopotamia, with their civilization primarily centered in modern Iraq. The name Ubaid is derived from the site of Tel al-Ubaid, where early archaeological excavations revealed distinctive pottery and artifacts. The Ubaid culture represents one of the earliest phases of urban development in Mesopotamia and marks a transformation or a transition from small-scale farming communities to more complex hierarchical societies. The Ubaid people are considered the ancestors or early predecessors of the Sumerians, as many elements of their culture influenced the later Sumerian civilization. That's why it is very important for you to understand the Ubaid culture so that you may understand the Sumerians. The Ubaid culture spanned from around 6500 BCE all the way to 3800 BCE, and it represents the final phase of the Neolithic period in Mesopotamia, before the more urbanized and organized Uruk and Sumerian civilizations. The Ubaid period laid the foundation for the development of city-states, monumental architecture, and early religious institutions in that region. The Ubaid culture lasted for approximately 2,500 years and experienced gradual socio-political and technological transformations. Unlike later periods, there is no evidence to suggest that the Ubaid people had a centralized political system for a kingdom or an empire. Their society seems to have been governed by local leadership, often centered around temples and communal structures. The Ubaid culture transitions into the Uruk culture, which is a more complex, urbanized society around 3800 BCE. This period witnessed the rise of early Sumerian city-states, marking the end of the Ubaid culture as a distinct entity. While there was no violent overthrow, that there isn't like Sumerians came and conquered the Ubaid culture. However, the Ubaid practices were absorbed and evolved into the new Uruk society. The Ubaid people lived in villages and small towns, often near irrigation systems along the Tigris and the Euphrates rivers. Agriculture formed the backbone of their economy, with staple crops such as barley, wheat, and lentils. They domesticated animals like sheep, goats, and cattle for food, wool, and labor. Ubaid homes were generally rectangular, made of mud bricks, and clustered around central religious or communal structures. Evidence suggests that their society was more egalitarian than later periods, with little social stratification in the early stages. However, larger homes and wealthier burials suggest that a minor elite class eventually emerged. As far as the advancements of Ubaid culture is concerned, so there were several key advancements they made. For example, they had their own irrigation systems, which they developed and expanded, that enabled them to cultivate crops in the arid Mesopotamian environment. These techniques were crucial for the growth of agricultural surpluses, supporting the rise of larger settlements and urbanization. Similarly, Ubaid pottery was often characterized by its distinctive decorative patterns. and a focus on utility. This pottery style influenced later Mesopotamian cultures. Also, when it comes to the architecture, the Ubaid people built temple structures that would later evolve into monumental religious buildings. These temples played a central role in both the economy and society. And then the Ubaid culture saw the development of social stratification. Larger houses and richer burial goods suggest that an elite class may have begun to emerge. So who replaced this Ubaid culture? Well, we hear about the word Sumerian. And we will talk in detail about the Sumerians and the Anunnakis and all of that things that you've been talking and discussing on the channel, and you want us to cover that. But I wanted to give you background information prior to going into Sumerians, because there are a lot of things that are attributed to Sumerians and not everything was Sumerian created. So Sumerians are associated with the Uruk period of 4000 to 3100 BCE, succeeded the Ubaid culture. The shift from Ubaid to Uruk was gradual, marked by an increase in urbanization, centralized administration, and development of writing and record keeping. So the Sumerians did not necessarily defeat the Ubaid people, but instead evolved from their practices and absorbed aspects of the Ubaid culture. The Uruk period represents a time of increasing complexity, with city-states such as Uruk, Lagash, and Eridu forming the core of Sumerian civilization. So comes the question, okay, then how and why were the Ubaid replaced? Well, the transition from Ubaid culture to the Uruk period was driven by socio-economic factors and technological advancements. So, for example, if you look at agricultural surpluses, so the development of larger, more efficient irrigation systems allowed the Ubaid culture to support growing populations. These surpluses likely spurred urbanization and the need for more centralized governance. Similarly, as communities grew, there was a need for more formalized leadership. The Ubaid culture's decentralized system was gradually replaced by more structured, hierarchical forms of governance during the Uruk period. And the innovations in writing and trade and bureaucracy led to the rise of urban centers, which eclipsed the simpler village-based society of Ubaid. Ubaid culture significantly influenced the development of Sumerian civilization in several ways. For example, Ubaid religious institutions, particularly temples dedicated to God like Anki, the god of water and wisdom, were inherited by the Sumerians. The Sumerians expanded on these practices, creating an elaborate pantheon of deities, including Anu, the sky god, and Enlil, the god of air, and Inanna, goddess of love and war. So it was the Ubaid's ideas that were then processed further. Similarly, the Ubaid innovations in irrigation and farming techniques were foundational for the Sumerian economy, allowing the Sumerians to support larger urban populations. Similarly, the concept of temple-based economic control and redistribution continued into the Sumerian period, with priests and temple officials playing crucial roles in governance. The Ubaid people practiced a polytheistic religion, worshipping deities associated with fertility, nature, and water. Female figurants with exaggerated fertility traits suggests a focus on fertility goddesses. Temples served as religious centers where rituals and offerings were likely conducted. Ubaid religious beliefs and practices formed the foundation for later Sumerian religion, which became more structured and hierarchical. The Ubaid people worship deities tied to the natural world. So we see that fertility goddess, likely represented by a female, which was founded at several Ubaid sites. These deities symbolize fertility and birth and prosperity. And then we see water deities. The worship of water gods is suggested by the prominence of Anki, who was later a major deity in Sumerian religion. And this reflects the importance of water in an agricultural society. So whatever was benefiting them, they started worshipping that. just like we see in other cultures who are polytheistic in nature. So while the Ubaid people worship deities that would later be recognized by the Sumerians, their gods were likely more anunnaki, without distinct forms, and focused on natural forces. Over time, these deities evolved into more anthropomorphic gods in the Sumerian pantheons, such as Anki and Yanna and Anu. Now, did the Ubaid culture know about the Anunnaki? Well, a group of deities in Sumerian mythology which emerged in later period is known by the Anunnaki. While the Ubaid culture did not have the fully developed Anunnaki pantheon, the worship of water and fertility gods like Anki suggest early forms of divine figures that would eventually be incorporated into the Anunnaki group in Sumerian religious texts. And the Ubaid culture did not have a centralized monarchy. Instead, local temple leadership and possibly elders likely governed their settlements. The presence of temples and the redistribution of goods suggest a proto-theocratic society where religious figures played a central role in governance and resource management. So, after all of these things, in conclusion, I would like to say a couple of sentences. One, the Ubaid culture was a crucial precursor to the rise of Sumerian civilization, with profound socio-economic, political, and religious influences. Their advancements in irrigation, agriculture, and temple-based governance set the stage. Set the stage for who? The Sumerians. And remember, the origins of the Ubaid people are not fully understood. They appear to have evolved from earlier Neolithic cultures in Mesopotamia, particularly those of Hassuna, Halaf, and Samarra periods, ranging between 7,000 to 6,500 BCE. These earlier cultures inhabited northern Mesopotamia and are known for their early agricultural practices, pottery, and small-scale settlements. The Ubaid culture expanded from southern Mesopotamia, particularly from the sites like Eridu, eventually influencing northern regions. And the Ubaid culture spanned from approximately 6,500 BCE all the way through 3,800 BCE, lasting over 2,500 years. It precedes the Uruk period and the rise of the Sumerians in the early dynastic period. Over its long existence, the Ubaid culture saw gradual transition in its societal, political, and religious structures, setting the stage for the more advanced civilizations that followed. Ubaid culture did not have kings or militarized states. Rather, their governance was likely theocratic, centered around temples and local leaders. So the Ubaid culture was a cornerstone of Mesopotamian civilization, laying the foundation for the rise of the Sumerians and beyond. Their advancements in agriculture, urbanization, and religious organization influenced not only their immediate successors, but also the broader trajectory of human race. While the Sumerians are often credited with the first cities and written language, much of their success was built on the legacy of the Ubaid culture, a testament to the enduring impact of this early society. Well, till next time, Assalamu alaikum.